truly hate yourself that much that you try to steal someone else's culture?
This guy actually has the nerve to talk about someone else stealing someone else's culture. Look, you guys have already admitted that all of these great structures were built not by you, but all of you guys have been confederate with not saying who was here before you. All of you guys have been confederate. All of Psalms 83 have been confederate with not telling the world who was here before you got here and what those people looked like. Why don't we hear anybody talking about, hey, yeah, your natives that you see today, they weren't the first people here. Who was here before them? No one talks about that. Now, the guy also continues on this video talking about, well, we know our culture, we know our dances, we know our history. Well, that proves, again, that you're not the original people, because the original people of these lands was going to lose all their heritage. They were going to be given a fake, false heritage, which is exactly what happened to us. So calm down and really sit down before you start talking about how proud you are of this culture and all you guys, just because you guys all agree that you're the natives. And really, who's the ones that agree? Your colonizers and you. He's the only one that dictates what, who's who. He calls us African American, which is a term made up in the 1980s. So you're trying to tell us that that's all that we are? He's the one that dictates who you are. He's the one that dictates when you get to have your powwows. When you guys do your little dance, whose flag is in the middle? Huh? Your colonizer. Why is that? Because he's telling you what you can and can't do. He's telling you what part you're going to play, right? But let's check something out real fast. On the walls over in Europe, this is how they depicted the Americans. This is how they were depicted. But see, you want to act like we stole someone else's culture. It's looking like you stole someone else's culture, right? And you got approved by your colonizers to do so. This is why when I go to powwows, I don't feel very welcome. If we're brothers and we're supposed to have gone through the same things, why is it that I get the side eye all the time, right? Because and then you kind of come with these videos saying that we're stealing your culture. This painting was a long time ago. Brother Kudomeo brought this out years ago, and this is how they depicted the Americans. Go to Mexico, go to the walls of the temples in Mexico and South America, and tell me who is the indigenous American. Again, looking like someone else stole someone else's culture. If you want to, if you want to accuse us of that, let's actually look at the facts. Looks like these people don't look like you. So, hey, you were here. I'm not saying that you weren't here, but look, don't sit here and act like you were the only people that were here and there was no one here before you. We told our story on the walls, and that's why we're not even allowed to go into these certain places. These are the structures that they found, right? Desiree Charnay, now engaged in exploring those monuments, has published in the North American Review for the December 1880 photographs of a number of idols exhumed at San Juan de Teotihuacan, from which I select the following strikingly Negroid faces. So who's exactly stealing whose culture here? You guys put these pictures up as a joke, but look, we were already here before you. So it doesn't matter if you agree. See, the only people that are telling us who we are the white men and everybody who's taken whatever identity that he's given you. All of the Ish says that we're not the people. Natives say we're not the people, right? They say we're all African American, we're all slaves, we're all African. So you guys all push the same agenda because you're all part of Psalms 83. Now look, in every group, there's going to be people that are our people within every group. But I don't go with whole groups of all black people this, all white people that, all natives are this. Look, if you're bringing out truth, cool. You can come on over here. But if you're going on with the lies, we know where you belong. You belong over there with Psalms 83. The scriptures tell you that, everything you've been told is a lie. When you come to the realization, everything you've told is a lie. Now people want to say it, but they really don't want to take that next step. Jeremiah 17:4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. That's what was supposed to happen to the real people of the book. Now, if you're going to sit here and talk about we're still in your culture and you're somehow the real people because you know your history, you know your traditions, and you know your dances, that just proves that you're just playing a part, bruh. That's all that you're doing. You're playing the part here that you've been given, and you're playing it well all the way to the end. In the lands of our captivity, we are going to remember ourselves. In the lands where we said that we were not the people, in those lands, you will admit that we are the sons and daughters of the living power. That is what is written, and that is what is already happening. You're fighting against the true power. You're fighting against the Most High. You've been serving Satan. You've been serving his lies, but those lies are now a wrap. Those lies are done. And now the truth is coming out. And why don't you actually produce something other than your opinion, other than, oh, I have long hair. Okay, I wear some turquoise. Oh, so therefore I'm the people because I know the dances. Oh, you know, my oppressor said that I can have a powwow. My oppressor said I can have a casino. My oppressor says as long as I accept them $5 Indians and I can be a Pretendian. Okay, why don't you guys talk about all this information we're just bringing out? You know, there's actually all this. I was sent a video, and I'm going to use this when I do another live, that shows these people going into museums and then showing the Aztecs hella dark. We're wearing all their garb and everything else, and they look hella dark. So to act like we're still in someone else's culture when we were given a fake culture in order for you to enjoy our culture, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But that's okay, though. That's why we're here now, to bring this truth. Shalom.